Today I'm talking about the Indigo Platinum Mastercard. This is an unsecured credit card that can help you rebuild your credit. But is it right for you? Find out. So I'm talking today about the Indigo Platinum Mastercard, and I do recommend it, but I don't recommend it strongly because I do believe that I have other recommendations to help rebuild your credit if you need to do that. I'm basically doing a review today to tell you a little bit more about the Indigo Mastercard, and then by the end of it you can make a decision for yourself if you want to get it. I will also make some other recommendations on what you could possibly use to help rebuild your credit. But as far as these types of credit cards go, this is not a bad credit card considering the position that people are in when they apply for it. It's often very common to see a lot of different fees with credit cards, and the nice thing with the Indigo Platinum card is that your annual fee will range anywhere from $0 to $99 depending on your credit history. This is a lot more fair than what other credit card companies are offering. There are no application fees. There's not really any fee that you're going to pay other than the annual fee, and some people don't pay an annual fee at all. Alright, so to start off this review, I can talk a little bit about the customer service. It's not stellar. I called without being a card holder. I just wanted to call and ask a few questions. I had to ask them a few times and I had to rephrase the questions. So I have done this review to the best of my understanding, and if I got anything wrong with what I'm telling you, let me know in the comment section. So again, if you have experience with this and anything else that I'm talking about, I'd appreciate it a lot if you could just share in the comment section what the real deal is. It helps everybody watching this video who is considering applying for this credit card. You're going to expect that you will receive a $300 credit line. That isn't too much to work with when you're rebuilding credit. So that's basically what the majority of all applicants get. Even though the credit limit is really low for this credit card, you can still use it to help rebuild your credit. So you might have received one of these letters in the mail inviting you to apply for the Indigo Mastercard. Now, this is not a guaranteed approval, but it is a pretty solid indication that you're more likely to get this card than not. And the annual fee on this credit card ranges from $0 to $99. So this could be a really good starting point in rebuilding credit. So this might be just what you've been looking for. The annual fee is not too bad. You might not even have an annual fee. It could be $0, but it goes up to $75 the first year, and then after that it can go up to $99. For some reason they will on the second year have some people pay $99 for an annual fee. I saw that as being really strange, that potentially you're going to be paying more for an annual fee the second year than for the first. And another thing that you're going to find out in this video that you're probably not going to find anywhere else is that they do have a $0 annual fee credit card, but if the first year they charge you an annual fee, then that pretty much says that every other year you're going to have an annual fee charged. Is something that you cannot have removed. And that's one of the biggest tips I give people when they are watching my videos and they're getting cards like this. I always say, before you cancel, find out if you can have the annual fee removed, because if you can, it's good to keep that account. Even though you're not earning rewards, it's nothing special, it's just good to keep on your credit report to show that you have multiple credit lines in good standing. And it helps with age of accounts. You'll have an older account on your credit history, and it also helps with credit utilization. You're probably not going to use that card much, and it's going to be an empty line of credit that's going to make your total available line of credit higher than if you had canceled that card. So this is a thing. If you can't have the annual fee removed by the second year, there's little need to keep it open. I just think that it makes the card weird. I mean, if you start out with the no annual fee offer, it's worth holding on to. But I couldn't see going past maybe, you do it the first year and you do the second year. I really wouldn't keep this card a third year. I would just probably end up canceling it after 12 months. But if I really wanted something to stay on my credit report to kind of help me a little bit more during my credit rebuilding process, I might take it on for a second year. But after that, by 24 months, I would expect that my credit score is going to be high enough to get approved for really good unsecured reward cards. One of the reasons, the biggest reason I wanted to review the Indigo Mastercard was that I'm actively looking for credit card offers that are going to help people that have gone through a bankruptcy. But with the Indigo Mastercard, it's not guaranteed, but you have a better chance of this getting approved as your first credit card after bankruptcy. So that's one of the reasons I like to continue talking about it, because it might be a good fit for you if you're just out of bankruptcy. If you were able to get this card after a bankruptcy, please let us know in the comments section, because this could be very important to some viewers. And let us know at what stage, if you were still going through the bankruptcy, if you had just finished, or if it was about 1 year after your bankruptcy. Let us know the time period that you were able to get approved for the Indigo Mastercard after your bankruptcy. So the starting credit limit is $300, and that's basically for most people. I did talk to the customer service person, and they really said they never saw it go past $300. So if you apply for this card, expect a $300 credit limit. Even if you get approved for the no annual fee offer, most likely your credit limit will still be $300. Genesis Card Services is the issuer of the Indigo Mastercard, and they also issue the Milestone Mastercard. I'm telling you this now because I'm sure you're rebuilding your credit. You're trying to rebuild your credit, and you're going to be comparing different credit cards. So basically the Indigo and the Milestone cards are the same. So if you have a credit score somewhere between 550 and the low 600s, that should be enough to get approved for the Indigo Mastercard. If this is a situation where you have no established credit, I wouldn't recommend applying for this card at all. I actually have better recommendations coming later on in this video. So if you have zero credit history, I wouldn't even look at Indigo Mastercard. Technically there is credit monitoring, but it's done by an outside company. I couldn't get any details on it, but since it's done by an outside company, I do believe that's a paid service. Okay, so how do I feel about the Indigo Mastercard? It is definitely not my top pick. I have different credit cards that I talk about that help people rebuild their credit, and they're actually secured credit cards. A lot of people have the mindset that secured credit cards are horrible and that you should get an unsecured card before a secured card, but not today's secured credit cards. I have this playlist over here that talks about the different secured credit cards I've been talking about in the last few months. And the really exciting thing is that 2 of those secured credit cards have refundable security deposits. That means these 2 cards, the cards graduate to unsecured status, so you will get a refund on your security deposit. There is no annual fee, and these 2 cards earn cash back. So if you want to learn more about those 2 secured credit card offers and the other secured cards I've talked about, visit that playlist and find the best secured credit card that's going to help you rebuild your credit. I think these are better options than the Indigo Mastercard, but the one thing is that for most of those secured cards that I have in that playlist, They are a little harder to get approved for, and actually the Indigo Mastercard is an easier approval. There are a few exceptions in that playlist, but these secured credit cards, many of them could be exactly what you've been looking for with rebuilding your credit. So you definitely need to check that out. I can understand that it can be overwhelming. There's so much out there when you're looking to rebuild your credit. If you need more help, visit CreditFast.com. The homepage can help you find a credit card to help build your credit, or you can visit the article that I have on the Indigo Mastercard. Just type in Indigo Mastercard. You'll find it, or you can find it in the link below this description. You'll get more details about the Indigo Mastercard. I list pros and cons. So if you need even more information, check out all of that on CreditFast.com. I do know that this review is going to go like the one I did on Credit One. There's going to be a lot of comments about it from actual card holders, and that could benefit you if you're a viewer interested in getting this card. I think they're going to be interesting because they definitely were with Credit One. While this is not the best credit card you can get, their terms still can be fair when you compare it to other credit card companies out there, and there are some bad ones. I won't even do reviews on them because I don't even want to put the word out there. I have to at least recommend something. So especially if you've just gone through a bankruptcy, this may be one of the few credit card companies that are willing to work with you. Okay, so you've watched my video on the Indigo Mastercard. I'm sure you want to compare it to these other credit building offers. Check them out. Hit the like button if I helped you, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so I can tell you about more credit building offers. Until next time.